Yeah, now I'm thinking about English. Like, did I say that right? My name is Lena Geda, and this is the story of how I met my dad. I just felt that there is something that I really want to know, and it's missing. I think it's very important for a person to know where they come from and what is that part of yourself. I'm from Riga, Latvia. I work as an improviser and I also MC weddings and other events. Improv theater is a form of theater where everything that is happening is created on the spot and nothing is rehearsed before. I have my mom, Christina, who raised us mostly alone. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and I'm the oldest. That's Sophia. She's, how old is she? 7 or 8? 8. She's 8 years old. That's Artur's. Really cool guy. He's 15. That's Robert. He's 11, almost. That's Veronica. Younger than I am. And that's her boyfriend. For a while when I was little, everything seemed fine until the moment when I actually got very curious about who my dad is. And my mom wasn't talking about it very much. Maybe sometimes she would mention something, and from all these moments I would try to build a picture. But yeah, the information, who he is or what he does or where he is, wasn't there.
Is it done?
Yeah, but there's more videos.
All right.
I would wonder how different I would have been if I know who my dad is.
Tagad vairāk rēķinātos ar tām jūtām, bet toreiz laikam šķita tā, ka varbūt tas tāds jaunības, tāds mazliet ar egoisms, kad es daru tikai to, kas man ir labi. Un es jau vēl nezinu, nezināju, man nebija piemēra, kā ir ar cilvēku, viņš izaug, un tad viņš grib zināt par sevi varbūt vairāk, jo tas jau arī ar saistīts arī ar pašu ir, man bija tēvs, un nezinu, varbūt, ka man toreiz likās, ka tas nav tik svarīgi, ka tā nav tā.
My mom sent me a message and I realized that this is the moment when I'm gonna find out who my dad is. So that was really mind-blowing and overwhelming feeling.
Viņa vienmēr gribēs, viņa vienmēr ļoti jautājusi, un tomēr cilvēks diezgan pieaudzis ir, un vienalga viņš visu laiku viņu tas uztrauc, tad viņai tas arī ir jāzina. Tēlīns tāda, kā nekāds īpaši sarežģīti nebija atrast, viņš tāds savā vidē un valstī tāds pazīstams cilvēks, un par viņu ir informācija, un viņa nav sarežģīti atrast.
This is the first email that I sent him. I'm so happy, scared, and overwhelmed. So happy that this is finally happening, that I finally know your name and where you are from. Finally understand why am I like this. Cannot stop crying and smiling. And hopefully you are doing well, and I look forward to hear from you. He wrote back to me. He didn't know about me. My dad didn't know about me. I knew that I have a dad, but he didn't know that he has a daughter. And that was a very big shock for him.
An IL-18 airliner with MiG fighter escort arrives over Moscow with Cuban Premier Fidel Castro. In Russia for a visit with Big Brother. The Cuban flag flies in his honor as Castro was greeted by Chairman Khrushchev.
Back in Soviet times, Soviet Union and Cuba had a very good relationship because they were both communists. That resulted in many people from Cuba going to Soviet Union to study and work, and my dad was one of them. My dad lives in Cuba, where he has been living his whole life. He's a professor, and he went to Soviet Union to teach economics, I think. And he was around 46 years old, and he was teaching in Leningrad, which is St. Petersburg now. And they would go to Riga once in a while, where he met my mom.
Mēs satikāmies gan turp ceļā uz Rīgu, gan arī atpakaļ ceļā uz Pēterburgu.
Netīšām?
Jā, viņš brauca kopā ar studentiem. Viņi brauca uz Latviju, uz Rīgu, uz Jūrmalu atpūsties, un tā kaut kā tā gadījās. Pirmkārt, viņš ļoti izglītots, gudrs, pieaudzis, nopietnas. Viņam patika daudz runāt, daudz stāstīt, vairāk vēl nekā man. Tas nebija tāds viens brauciens, bet tās nevar nosaukt, teiksim, par ilgstošām attiecībām gadu garumā, jo tā varētu teikt kaut kāda viena vasara. Visādā ziņā, ja viņš nebūtu tik ļoti uzstājīgs un tik ļoti to savu iniciatīvu neizrādītu, es pieļauju, ka tā iepazīšanās tur nekādīgi neturpinātos. Tas nav tāds stāsts par kaut kādu traku mīlestību no pirmā uzmetiena.
Of course, I have to keep in my mind that he was 45 and he was married and he had kids, and my mom was barely 18. And I don't want to judge him because I don't know him and I shouldn't be focusing on that. But of course I have mixed feelings about. Yeah.
You're excited to meet him?
Yes, I'm very excited to meet him. Very excited, yeah. I always wanted to see him, and that wasn't even a question, do I want it or not? So we went to Cuba. Havana is very colorful, very loud, and very different. I was very excited and nervous to meet Cubans. I thought that I'm going to see the local people. I'm going to be like, yes, this is where the missing part has been. This is where I belong. But of course, it wasn't like that. I think I'm just like longing for this feeling of belonging here. I don't know. And I guess I've heard, listened to Cuban music so much, so now I hear it here, and it's just very emotional. So my dad, he doesn't live in Havana, but my sister from my dad's side, she lives there. And she was the first one that I actually met from my Cuban family. Meeting my sister was very emotional. It was really weird to see a person who kind of a little bit looks like you, and you know that you're related, but you've never seen that person. So it's very emotional, very kind of sad and happy at the same time. And sad because it's been, all these years that I've never known about her, but now it's just, I'm happy because I finally met her. She has green eyes, just like I do. We were looking at each other the whole time to understand, are you really my sister? Lourdes doesn't speak any English and I don't speak any Spanish, so we needed a translator. But sometimes when she would say something, I would really understand what she's saying. Maybe it was an imaginary bond between us, but I somehow felt a bond right away. Cuban people don't have much money, so they can't really be in the bars or restaurants. So they party on the streets and they go and dance and sing. So there was Malacon, which was the seaside. During the weekends or evenings, it would just be full of people, like playing guitars and singing and dancing and drinking rum. We met these people, group of people. They were very friendly and they would sing songs and they would teach us to dance salsa. And they would ask for money for that, so I guess it's fair enough.
Nos vemos en regreso.
Next day, we said goodbye to Lourdes and her husband Fuentes, and we started our journey from Havana to Santiago de Cuba, which is around 900 kilometers. On our way there, we would see these guys with their hats, cowboys, riding their horses and doing their thing. We stopped at Trinidad, which is quite touristy, but a very lovely city. You could see the typical Cuban houses with open doors, with the little shops, and yeah, very different. Then we went on a bus from Trinidad to Santiago. In 4 hours, I'm gonna meet my dad, probably, hopefully, if everything goes well. He's gonna be at the bus station, I hope. That's what we, kind of agreed on. And yeah, hopefully he's not has gotten like angry or upset and changed his mind. I just keep on repeating in my head how it's gonna happen. I don't know, it's probably not helping because it's definitely gonna be different than I imagined. 28 years, I am finally going to meet him. When you're waiting for something for so long, when it actually happens, you feel like, no, I don't want this. And of course it goes away. It was a very crazy bus journey, and somehow in my head, how I remember it, it went very quickly. When we finally arrived in Santiago de Cuba, which was 2 hours later as we expected, and I got off the bus and I thought that there's an earthquake because that's how nervous I was. So I had a panic and I didn't see him anywhere. So I thought that he's probably gone and he's changed his mind. We got through and I saw people behind the fence. And then I saw this one guy who has gotten through, and that was my dad. This great bowl of emotions just dropped, and I felt very vulnerable and yet very happy. And while I was crying and both of us were crying, I noticed this guy who was right there, who was filming the whole thing, and it turned out to be my brother, David.
When we met first time, it was at a film.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very, very wonderful.
For the next few days, we would just spend some time together. We would walk around. We'll take a look. He would try to tell me as much as he can about his life. He would show me buildings where he used to work, where he has some memories. Then we went to the Museum of Revolution, where my dad cried. And we're talking about deaths of a lot of people who died because of revolution. My dad is a revolutionist. He loves Fidel Castro. And also, as he said, even if he would want to change his mind, he's too old for that. So it's just the way it is. It's a very, very, very big part of him, the way how he feels about Cuba. I would tell him about my life, how I've been living, the way how I see the world, and once in a while we would get into small arguments. My dad sometimes, of course, when things don't go as he wants them to go, then he gets quite upset, which is very similar to what I do sometimes.
It was us all the time, all during her life, we were connecting. Our souls, our hearts was connecting. I was telling her as I want she will be. Will be. I don't know. Can be delayed.
One of the people that I met and who's also part of my Cuban family now is Alicia, my dad's wife. They've been married for quite a long time, could be more than 30 years. She would always make me feel welcome. She was nice to me from the very first moment when she met me. And she did everything to make us feel like we're part of the family right away. There was also my brother, who I think is absolutely great and would make me feel right away like his little sister. He would make these little jokes and make fun of me like older brothers usually would do that. I'm eating, look at me. There was Izzy, who's my brother's girlfriend. Another part of my family is Daniel. He was raised by Alicia and my dad. He's half Russian, half Cuban. He also has never met his father before, but soon he's gonna meet his dad for the first time because he's gonna travel to Russia. And I guess there's quite a lot of families where one part is Cuban, another part is from former Soviet Union. And my brother also has a daughter, and her name is Maria Carla. Don't feel that you're a stranger, you don't feel like you don't know them, you just feel instantly welcome and part of the family. And we're drinking rum and chatting and dancing, and my dad would dance to Modern Talking and we would dance with him, and it was just so much fun.
When I knew about her and I knew about she was looking for me alone more than 20 years, it was very painful for me because I was not beside or with her to help, to support in those years. And now I want to give and try to give her on a short time all the love that I could not give her in those time. In short time, I want give her that love.
Santiago is definitely my favorite city from the ones that I visited. It's more truthful, very colorful, and very warm in temperature and also in the way how people are. They have these parties where they dance and they sing, and they just love to enjoy life. It was also a very overwhelming feeling to learn how to salsa dance, or just to do the regular Cuban daily activities, just to look into yourself and see, do I really connect to this Cuban thing? And I actually felt like this is the part that I was missing, and I wanted to experience it. They were doing everything to help me to understand what is Cuba, its culture, its energy. Even in a country that's so far away, so different from what I've seen before, they actually made me feel like I'm one of them and I belong here. For all the love that they've given me, I hope that I will be able to give all the love back.
It is a fact. I love her very much, and perhaps in a few minutes I start to cry because it is very emotional moment for me. Now I am very sad because I know that tomorrow she will go to Latvia.
My dad is very smart. He knows a lot of things. He has a great memory. He's very stubborn. It's his way or highway. He is funny. He has a very good sense of humor, I think. He's very different from everyone. I can't think of a person who would be just like him. He's definitely one of a kind, and I think everyone who knows him knows that.
Perhaps other person will watch this film. I want to send them a message. Never you can lose the opportunity, because it's possible there are some person in same as our situation. I want to say them never lost the hope. So be happy.
Yes.
You have changed my life.
To find someone who's so much like you, and to understand that this is why I am the way I am. For example, where my big nose is from, or everything has just made me feel more confident. It definitely has made me feel more calm, but also at the same time more curious about who my dad is and what it means to be half Cuban. I don't think that it was brave. I just think that it was something that I knew that I have to do no matter what. If a person doesn't know where they come from, they will never stop thinking about it. Just to know that thing about yourself, just that one part where I'm from, the need and the urge of knowing that was bigger than the fear of something going wrong.